Okay, we're watching TinyTomCruise, who's going to be playing Orisa and then Diva on Havana. This is going to be Silver 2 on PC. This is what they said. Nitpick me, how could I have carried this match? I thought I did very well in this one, so curious in the games that I find myself doing well, what it actually looks like to someone with more experience. Had a few VOD reviews before as well, and I tried executing on the feedback, and that revealed that I just truly didn't understand how to play the game. Now I feel like I do to a good degree, so let's see where we're at now. I'm aware of some glaringly questionable choices, like, my diva. This match was a loss, but close. I don't think it was close in the team fights, however, and I constantly felt overwhelmed. I don't know if that's a matter of me not making the right space, or if there was a deficit elsewhere, so I'd love to know from other perspectives. I'm also self-reviewing. Either way, I want to assume it was my fault and improve upon every mistake that could create more win conditions. I've been mostly working on cooldown management and situational awareness lately. I have a bad case of fog brain, so it's getting there, but decision fatigue hits fast sometimes. As well, I'm very interested in expedited improvement. Don't sweat formalities. A few compliments always boost morale, though. Or feel like I may be insulted. I want to be objectively good. I can take the harsh truths, just need to know them. Alright, so let's take a look. I did a pre-watch last night when this was originally posted, and I think... Do you generally know what you're doing? I would agree with that. I think you generally understand the flow of Overwatch. I would say that this looks like silver, mid-silver, high-silver gameplay to me. You have a lot of mistakes across the board in terms of your ability usage and decision-making, right? There's like a tremendous space, even ignoring like aim, there's a tremendous space for improvement from where you're at right now. So let's take a look. Alright, you come out start. Great, it's fine. You see a Widow. I would spam right now. Like, there's no reason not to spam, right? It could put some pressure on the oh, sorry, that's actually your Widow. You could spam windows. You could spam the Rhine shield. Thinking about Rhine for a second, your win condition for Rhine is to break the shield. If you do not break the shield, there's basically no way that you could ever move through Rhine because you're not able to actually do anything other than spin, right? There's nothing else that's going to do damage when his shield is up. So if he just stands there with a shield, like, your team cannot push. So you should always be trying to pressure the Rhine every time you can, right? Just keep shooting him. Shoot the shield. Just keep shooting the shield. Like, there's no reason to not shoot him right now. You have free ammo, right? All you have is heat. Just keep shooting the shield constantly. And you're going to get jammed up here because you don't do this. See? So first of all, you use fortify. I do not think you should use fortify until you absolutely need to. Fortify is a very long cooldown. So the only time to use fortify is in a win or die situation, right? It is a, like, hey, we're full committed, or I need this to keep me alive so that the fight can continue. Those are the only scenarios that you use in fortify. Not when you're full health, standing out here without anything else having gone on. Like, this is not the time to be using fortify. Spin, you can use much more liberally, right? Spin has a much shorter cooldown. Pop spin whenever you want. Pop javelin whenever you want, generally speaking, right? But don't pop fortify first. This is like a very common mistake that I see with Orisas. There's no reason to be popping fortify first. It is almost always a huge mistake with the very few exceptions. I think like for example, blocking a hook or something if you don't have spin available or sleep or something that could kill you. Other than that, there's almost no reason to pop fortify first. Like, for example, if I get trapped here, if I walk into a Junkrat trap, I still wouldn't pop fortify right now. I would wait till I get spammed, then confirm the spam will be enough damage that I'm actually in danger, then you spin, right? Like, there's really, truly, like, avoid using fortify first. And I think your gameplay will improve a lot if you do this. That way you always have fortify available. So right now, you're spamming a soldier while there is a Rhine who is A, blocking the cart, which is preventing the objective from moving forwards, and B, swinging away from you for free, doing damage and farming ult charge. What are you doing during this period of time? Well, let's see. I'm up here, I'm spamming the soldier. I've done maybe 30 damage, 40 damage, and say, oh, you hit the javelin, so that's another 60, so you've done about 100 damage. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Like, that's not functionally changing anything about what's going on up here, right? You spinning the Rhine forward, this actually does something, right? Now the card can move forwards. Now you try shooting the backline. This is just not the time to shoot the backline. Like, Orisa's just not good at this. That's something to recognize, is that Orisa has a gun, but it's like the worst gun in the game at shooting people that are more than like 5 meters away from you. It is really, really bad. It's like comically bad unless they're standing still, because it's very hard to hit thin targets because of the travel time, and it actually doesn't do that much damage, relatively speaking. It actually does like 120 if you can land all the shots, but it's really hard to land the shots, so your accuracy is so poor, just shoot the Rhine. Like, would you rather do 120 damage per second to the Rhine, or 30 damage a second to the soldier? This is a very common tank decision to make. DPS as well, but like for tank especially, is like, do I shoot the tank or do I shoot the DPS or the backline? If the backline is this far away from you, just shoot the tank. Like, literally, just shoot the tank. Constantly shoot the tank in this situation. Keep shooting. Right? It's okay. You can play up on his face, right? generally try not to javelin down because there's no chance to stun him, and a stun is a big part. No chance to like hit him into a wall, and that's a big part of using javelin. So I wouldn't throw javelin in that situation. This is a really good kidnap. So once this happens, this is great, and this should be a kill on the ride. So what you're actually going to do here is you're going to step in front and fortify. I think this is a great play. Like this should have been like a fight-winning play right here. Is that you stop him getting out, and then you should just kill him here. Right? Great. But you let him out. So it was almost a fantastic play, but you let him out super low. And note that you had javelin the whole time, which could have also knocked him backwards. Like while he's swinging on you, right? He swings right now, throw javelin, right? This is an easy kill. I think even at silver, I think this is a very easy kill. I think this is an okay time to attack Mercy. She obviously was very extended, and you force flight, fine. Go right back to fighting the Rhine. Good. Be careful opening up your side to the rest of the team. Right? Now you're fighting like all 5 at once versus if you just stay in front, like you're in a much better position, so you're not getting shot from the side. Getting shot from the side is very dangerous because you can't see what's going on. But stay on the Rhine. It's okay. Just you don't have to do anything backline. Literally just stay on the Rhine. You see, like your backline's in. I mean, you're actually going over here and rescue the Genji, which is actually a good call. But like generally speaking, I think your priority should be to just kill the Rhine. Anna's low. Right now, I would hunt down the Anna because you know the Anna's low. I think you've already seen her grenade. Yes, you've already seen her grenade. You've seen her use sleep. You should kill the Anna right now. Like, there's nowhere for her to go. Like, this is the time to kill the Anna. Now, 100 down. Yeah, spin through. Easy kill. Now go straight back to the ride. Right? Oh, javelin. Yeah, great. Perfect. Soldiers in. So, you're not leading enough, right? That was an easy kill on the soldier. You just lead a little bit more. You see how your shots are going to be consistently short here? Right? Always short. One bullet would have been enough to kill him in this situation. Even if you just like, you know, just like swung your mouse around like this, like over and over, you would have gotten the kill. I'm not suggesting you do that, but like I'm just saying that getting the kill there was very important. So now the soldier's going to end up living. He's going to end up wiping your team advisor in this fight. On a kill you should have confirmed. There's no reason to be on card here. Zero reason to be on card. This is a very common low rank mistake. Your job is not to stand here. Your job is to prevent the soldier from getting any angles. Play up here. Take mega control. Force them back to this corner. Force them back to boxes. Whatever you got to do, right? Keep them out of the fight so the cart moves forwards. You have full health right now. There's no reason not to be advancing. This is a big mistake. This is like, I know it doesn't seem like it. This is a really big mistake because it's going to allow them to set up for the retake. Because if you force them all the way back here, they first have to get through your resources to even get access to your backline. And that's assuming they can even get to the cart in time as it is. Don't worry about the echo. It's not your job to deal with echo. Again, fortified pop first. This is a big mistake. You're going to see that soldier start flanking. Right here, right? You can see out of the corner of your screen. You see the soldier start flanking. You should immediately have hunted down this soldier, right? This should be a javelin kill or this should be a spin in if you miss the javelin. Right? Either way, this soldier has to die. The ride, not a problem. You have to kill the soldier. Again, you spend all this time looking at heroes that are not your job. Not your job to deal with Mercy, not your job to deal with the Echo, right? Like, that's not what your team needs help with. Your team needs help with the soldier, with the Rhine, and to a lesser extent, the Anna. Like, stop focusing on heroes that you don't have any tools to deal with. Right. So you lost your Widow already. Gotta get the Rhine. You're gonna ulti. This is an okay ulti, but the problem is that the soldier's super fast. You should have popped it as soon as the soldier started getting out of range. Like there. But like, ultimately, like, I don't love this ulti because it's almost impossible to get any kills with it. The alternative, if you didn't want to try to get the soldier, would have been to just keep holding here. Right? Keep holding, right? To kill the Rhine. Right? Because he recommits. You could have just kept holding there and gotten all the way up to 500 and just one-shot the Rhine. You gotta kill the soldier, you gotta spin in sooner. Yeah. I think all in all, like, pretty sloppy, right? You should have killed the soldier and not let him get out initially, which would have prevented this all from happening. Then, assuming he does get out, fine. You should have taken control of the corner to prevent the soldier from getting in. Okay, you don't do that, fine. Your third option was to kill the soldier when he started flanking, right next to you, in your field of vision, when you had spin and javelin available, right? You had 3 separate opportunities to save this fight, and you failed all 3 of them. Coming forwards now. Again, another fortify. I mean, like, obviously this is going to be a common trend. Like, you just don't know when to use fortify, right? That fortify. Like, think about the value of this fortify, right? What does this fortify give you? Cool. Like, you were at 500 health, you pop it. You have 579 right now, and like, you mitigate maybe 100 damage. That's it. Like, there's no point to this fortify whatsoever. It's not like you need the extra heat reduction either. That should have been a javelin. When the ride lines up with the newsstand, right here, you should have been javelining him into the newsstand for a ton of damage, right? I would javelin, walk into his face, and immediately start shooting him in the head as fast as I can. remember, you do 120 damage per second with your gun. Headshots do double, so that's 240 damage per second to tanks, right? If you can javelin him in, walk to point blank, and shoot him in the head, I know he has no LOS to the healers. He's going to take a ton of damage here, right? And he's going to immediately have to back off. Ryan only does about 85, 90 damage a second, something like that. It's not great. Now you're forced to spin away. I don't think that you need this. I don't think I necessarily would have spun this way. I think I would have played just close under, understanding that they have window control right now. So you actually put yourself back into danger by the soldier can see you. Now you've lost 2 more. You should understand you're down 2. There's no reason to be fighting this. Another fortify doesn't give you any value. There's no reason to be fighting this. Like look at the team situation. Like this is a 5-on-2, right? Just leave. There's no reason to be fighting this. You're still trying to fight this and you die. This I would assume that you're just not paying attention to the kill feed, because I bet if you were paying attention to kill feed, you recognize the situation, you wouldn't have kept fighting this. Right? If you think that this is actually a good fight to play, that's really bad. So you go D.Va now, presumably to try to take control of window. I think Orisa was fine. I don't think Orisa was the issue. I don't think your hero pick was the issue at all. Your soldier gets a pick. You should be moving in aggressively right now, right? This is a 5-on-4 situation. Your soldier just killed the ride. Go fast, right? Fast, fast, fast. You want to get more kills, wipe more people before the ride comes back. This is not close enough for Matrix. Right? It's not even close. You're like 3 more hero models away from this Mercy. So just learning how far Matrix goes is very important. Now you're just holding Matrix for left. Like what are you Matrixing right now? Right? Like what is your plan? Like presumably to stop the nanoed Mercy from killing anybody, which is already not typically a problem, but fine, like whatever. I understand why you did that. But then why are you holding Matrix now? No one's looking at you. No one's shooting at you. You have no idea where the enemy are. Right? Like we can see where the enemy are because this is replay, but you have no idea in the game where the enemy is. Like why are you holding Matrix here? Who are you holding Matrix for? There's nobody here. Right? Nobody's going out through this doorway. This is totally useless. And now your Matrix is down 2/3. You get slept, right? Matrix would have been great to stop that sleep. Genji Blades goes in. Right? Fine. You should turn. The Echo is now your problem. The Echo and Soldier are both your problem to deal with. You should have already popped missiles by now. So I'm going to link a guide as to how to get kills as D.Va. Because it's very obvious watching your play that you do not know how to kill heroes as D.Va. Like, for example, this right here is one of the easiest kills that you will ever get as D.Va. The soldier is already down like 40% of his health. This should be like a 95% chance, 95 to 99% chance kill as D.Va. There's almost nothing, even if he's heal station, there's nothing he can possibly do to prevent you from killing him in this situation. So if you want to get better at D.Va, you have to learn how to convert these kills, right? It's very easy, right? You boost up, you pop missiles, you start shooting him, you bump him, release boosters, and then kill him. Like, you'll literally kill him in under a second, right? With this low health, in like under a second, he will die. He will die so fast. But because you don't pop missiles here, and you don't bump into him, right? And you just don't track him, right? He ends up getting away in this situation. So that's very problematic. Like, this soldier has to die in this situation. It's equivalent to, like, if you pop Genji Blade and you don't kill anybody. You're never gonna climb, right? Like, if you whiff on that, it's no good. If you pop Soldier Visor, you don't kill anybody, yeah, it's not, that's just a problem. It's a huge problem, right? It's a shooter, you have to convert kills. Now, the soldier leaves, but the Echo decides to challenge you at point blank. This is great for you. This is excellent. This is exactly where you want to be. Great. You still have missiles because you didn't use them previously, which was not a mistake. Use missiles and just kill Echo right now. Instead, you focus on DMing her. She realizes immediately. One of the things that it's a great adage that comes from real-time strategy games is that when usually in strategy games, one side is attacking the other in 1v1s, right? It's like you attack them or they attack you, right? There's an attacker and the defender. Occasionally, both sides attack each other. And the adage is if both players are attacking, because keep in mind defenders have defensive advantage, right? So if both sides are attacking each other, one of them is making a terrible mistake because every fight has a winner and a loser, right? So this is a great example of that situation. Both you and the Echo are fighting each other. One of you is making a mistake, right, in this 1v1. The one who's making a mistake here is the Echo, who has no interest, from a hero kit perspective, at fighting a D.Va at point blank who still has missiles and most of her health. So the Echo realizes this right away and is like, oh shoot, and tries to get out, right? She's like, wait, and then she tries to leave. You, however, did not realize this, you did not make this read, and thus you are not fighting this, you are matrixing, when what you should have done is kill her. Because you have more than enough health and abilities to kill her in this situation, right? So she made a mistake entering into a fight with you, you made a mistake not killing her and instead being defensive. And those are the reads that you need to make as D.Va. I think D.Va's a very hard hero to play because of this. Like, you have to make some pretty tricky reads at times, and you have a very complicated role, which changes like game situation to like team comp, etc. But like, this is also a really big mistake. Both the soldier and the Echo should be dead right now, which would be obviously a massive difference on winning the fight. Because now they're both still alive. I think this is okay. Yeah, I think this is okay. So soldier comes down. You should pop missiles right now and hold Matrix. Right? Killing Echo first is priority number 1. Okay, great. That happens. You go for the Echo still. I think it's a good call. I don't know why you go in and you bump the Echo and then you don't finish this kill. You go in. She's low, right? 50, 60 health. And then why are you turning back to the Rhine? Who cares? Just kill the Echo. Like, let your team deal with the Rhine. Right? Kill the Echo. Now go back to the Rhine. Rhine dies. Great. By the way, you should always matrix cooldowns. So, for example, when these stickies go, this should have been matrixed. Because this is going to do a lot of damage to your soldier. Right? You see he's already down to 100 health. Don't go for Mercy's and Valk. It's like impossible to kill Mercy and Valk alone. It's just not worth it. Unless she's already low, this is not meaningful. Look, all you did was 43 damage to this Mercy. Who cares? It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference at all. You got to be killing anybody else or at least shutting them down. Right? In this situation, going for the soldier who is visoring should be priority number 1. You know? Like, he can die right now. Like, you just burst him down. D.Va does 217 damage per second for a second and a half. Okay? Absolutely massive damage. You can insta-kill a soldier in this situation. That's not including headshots and not including bump damage, by the way. Right? So, you could just be like, zoom insta-kill the soldier. That's something that you need to get just a lot better at, right? Because right now you're just not doing anything as D.Va. Now that she's low, fine, shoot her. That's great. You should have flown to the right of the new stand here to save your team. See how the Anna's go? You should have flown this way and held Matrix. But instead, you go to the left, which means your Anna ends up dying. I mean, maybe she would die from sticks anyway, but that's the correct play call here. It's going to be basically more of the same. I strongly recommend that you watch my Havana map guide for tanks. Because I don't think you play this well either, like from a positioning perspective. I would say you play terribly, but I think that the map guide will still be helpful for you. I'm not going to walk through all this because it's mostly the same. Come back as Orisa. Right, so you're playing defense here. I'm just going to kind of skip forward to this part. So they have 2.5 minutes. We'll just kind of take a look at like the final fight situation. You have ulti here. You have all 5, right? You said it's close. It's not that close. I think they still have a pretty sizable advantage here with 1.5 minutes, and they only need to win 1 team fight. So minute 50. Minute 50 is about 3, almost 4 team fights. So all they need to do is win 1 out of those 3 or 4 team fights. Let's call it 3. They only need to win 1 out of 3 team fights to win this game. Even if you consider even odds, like 50-50 per chance per team fight, then you only have like a 33% chance of winning this game, which feels about right. So not as close as you might imagine, right? A close game would be like, oh, like they're in overtime right now, moving to the end, right? That would be close, right? 50-50 in that situation means, you know, an even game. But in this scenario, they actually have a very strong lead. They do not need to win this team fight. They can in fact hold all ultis, force you to use ultis, fight again, hold all ultis, and force you to use ultis, and then fight a 3rd time and then pop 5 ultis, and then you're guaranteed to lose. Another example of popping Fortify early where it's not giving you any value. You're shooting the backline right now from way too far away, and you're playing defensively for some reason, despite the fact that the Rhine is in. You got to get in right now. You got to get in and pressure this team, because otherwise your Rhine is pressuring your backline, and you're not pressuring their backline. Like, your little poke damage is not pressuring the backline. But if you just spin into them right now, and then pop Fortify or ulti or whatever, then the Rhine has to come and deal with you, or else you're going to kill these 2 in the back. Right? Again, miss the javelin. Like, make your life easier. When soldier's doing something like this and you're like, oh, I can't really hit him, just spin into him. Spin into the corner, javelin against the wall. Insta-kill. Right? Basic techniques like that, as Orisa, you gotta get better at. Like, this soldier is just clowning on you, to be perfectly honest. Like, you just can't hit this soldier. You know? He's at full health right now, and you've been shooting him for like 3 seconds. Right? Now you finally spin him out, which is great, and follow up spins with Javelin, because they're moving predictably while they're being spun in the air. Right? Spins. You see? He's only moving a straight line. You can want Javelin right now, but because you wasted it. But that's why you should save Javelin for post spin. Then you really should have killed him right here. Like, why are you backing out in the situation? Like, backing out is not going to result in any good things for you. This soldier has to die. You must get kills. Like, as a tank, you must get kills. I think, thinking back on this game, I think in the footage that we've watched, how many final blows do you get? I think you get 2 against the Rhine, both killing him from behind, and I think that's it. Like, I don't think you can kill squishy targets as either one of your tanks, which is a really big problem. It's a really, really big problem. It's not just aim, though. It's the way you use your abilities. Like, for example, you could have killed that soldier up top if you just pop missiles, right? I don't think that you have that experience to, like, read the game to be like, oh, like, how do I, like, every fight's like a puzzle, right? So if we imagine right here, hey, this is my puzzle. I have a soldier here who's in heal station. I gotta kill him. How do I kill him? What you do is that you just kind of shoot him, and then you try to throw Javelin, and then you take cover for some reason, even though you're basically full health, while he's reloading, by the way, and then you finally pop spin, right? Like, that's an example of you just incorrectly doing this puzzle. The puzzle solution is, hey, the moment I see this happen, great, I spin, knock him to the corner, Javelin, kill, and then I come right back to the fight. Great, I got a kill in about 3 seconds, and I can come back and help my team. Instead, you're going to waste how long? So this is 1343. Right? So you just wasted about 10 seconds, 9 to 10 seconds, trying to kill a soldier who you failed to kill, right? With all of your abilities available. This is not how you, I mean, and finally you get him right now, right? But this is why you lose games. You know, like, if you can't kill people, it's not like you didn't have space to do so, or you're low in health, or you didn't have abilities. Like, you had your whole suite of options available to you. You need to take these abilities, right? Spin plus Javelin plus your gun to convert and kill this soldier, right? I literally could have killed the soldier faster just by simply spinning him out and just meleeing him to death. Would have killed him faster than your gun did. So, yeah, I mean, again, this like, dueling aspect, very, very important. And you can play deathmatch, right? You can play deathmatch, you can practice Orisa, you can be that person who plays, you know, tanks, and just practice this over and over again, because you gotta be able to kill squishies. It's like, that's just brutal, right? And if you kill the soldier quickly in the first 3 seconds, right, you could come back, you could have terror surged, etc. I also think you should have been in right now. Like, right here, you should be spinning in, surging, killing, right? You gotta kill these 2 right now. If I were you, I'd already be in here surging, and both of them are probably dead right around now. In which case, it's just the Rhine. I come over here, right? It's a 5-on-3 or 4-on-3, 5-on-3, right? I kill the Rhine, great, and then the rest of my team kills the Mercy and the Echo. But because you take way too long, this all happens in your backline, you end up losing. Okay, cool. So gonna stop there. Recapping. So I think on Orisa, number 1, fortify. Don't use fortify first. Big mistake. Number 2. The general, I think you're not aggressive enough on Orisa as a general rule. You're not pushing up to take space, etc. Number 3, focus on targets that you can really do damage to, right? If you can do 120 damage to the Rhine versus 30 damage to a squishy, shoot the Rhine. It's fine. Like, just say it's okay to shoot the Rhine. It's okay to shoot the tanks. Despite everyone saying killing supports first, that's not always, in fact, I would say that's actually relatively infrequently the rule if you're playing a tank, because you often lack, I mean, it depends on which tank you are. You're playing brawler or poke tanks, because the other tank is usually going to be in your way, and so you have to get rid of the opposing tank or force them to back up before you have access to the backline. If all else being equal, yes, attack the squishies, but if the damage difference is like 3-4 times, attack the tank. Yeah, I mean, obviously, and you know, on Orisa we talked about like inability to duel, inability to confirm kills, etc. On Diva, I think it's kind of a mess, right? Like, your matrix is short, you matrix at the wrong times, you don't actually matrix cooldowns, you can't kill people in 1v1s, right? Like, you don't die, but like you can't kill them either, which is a big problem. As tanks, usually the issue is not dying. Like, you can't lose a 1v1 as a tank. Almost all tanks can beat almost all other characters in the game, just because you're so tanky, right? It takes them forever to kill you, and you have so many abilities to prevent them from killing you. So winning 1v1s is not about not dying as a tank, it's about quickly confirming kills, which is very, very important. But as D.Va, you can't do that. um, I mean, you didn't play too much of D.Va for me to talk much more. I guess I could have watched the second section, but in general, if that I think that alone is just a massive issue, right? D.Va is really. I just did a review yesterday where somebody called D.Va a fat assassin, which is pretty accurate, right? You play D.Va as like an aggressive, tanky DPS. You're there to get kills, not to protect your team. Go forward, find people who are isolated, kill them. Kill them or force cooldowns. Every 4 seconds, do it again. Over and over and over and over again. And I don't think you understand that gameplay loop. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop there. Hopefully it's helpful.